Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The Chase fans were not impressed with ITV on Monday afternoon, as they said the same thing after watching the latest installment of the popular quiz show. The Chase aficionados were left disgruntled with ITV following complaints of yet another repeat episode. On Monday, March 24, host Bradley Walsh led a new group of hopefuls aiming to claim a fortune, but eagle-eyed fans were quick to spot something familiar. Not long after the program began, viewers worked out that they had seen this very episode before. Bradley's fist pump greeting, rather than his customary handshake, stirred up memories of a past show. Disgruntled viewers soon aired their grievances on X, previously known as Twitter, calling out the poor outcome and the team's lackluster performance, which ended in defeat, reports Bristol Live. One disenchanted fan remarked, "Can't they even show some winning repeats? Another poor episode." Echoing the sentiment was another who simply noted, "It's a repeat," while a third chipped in saying, "Old Eps, hashtag the chase, hashtag COVID," complete with an eye-roll emoji. Still unclear about the episode's originality, one viewer posted, "Hashtag the chase says new episode in my book, but Brad's fist-pumped Colin." The Chase Season 15, Episode 18, was indeed an encore from possibly 2021. As per ITV Players lineup, The Chase is currently in its 18th season, recently treating viewers to a glitzy, Oscars-themed special. During the airing, Paul from Glasgow, Denise from Hampshire, Louise from Nottingham, and Colin from Surrey all endeavored to reach that final hurdle to take on the challenge against chaser Dara the Menace Ennis. The team kicked off on a high note, with Paul and Denise racking up £10,000 between them, but the mood took a turn when actress Louise failed to make it to the final chase. Colin was the last to step up and boldly opted for the higher offer of £50,000. Despite encouragement from host Bradley and even the chaser, Colin couldn't clinch his place in the final and was swiftly caught. With just 2 contestants left, the prospect of scooping the £10,000 seemed bleak, with chaser Dara hot on their heels. By the show's conclusion, which some viewers branded as boring despite a couple of pushbacks, teammates Paul and Denise didn't manage to snatch a win. It was supposed to be a cozy weekday evening, with Bradley Walsh's familiar grin and the comforting buzz of the studio lights, but within minutes, ITV's The Chase had viewers clutching their remotes in frustration. "Is this a joke?" one viewer tweeted, eyes wide as the contestant panel was revealed. Instead of the usual lively mix of characters, the screen showed 4 contestants, each so quiet that the studio felt like it was holding its breath. Even Bradley, king of keeping the energy up, was seen blinking in mild confusion as the first contestant, Martin, a librarian from Oxford, took nearly half a minute to answer a question about capital cities, mumbling under his breath until the clock nearly ran out. The complaints began flooding in. "5 minutes in and I'm already switching off," one post read, followed by another, "Why does it feel like everyone is on mute tonight?" But it wasn't just the contestants' hesitant whispers that set viewers off. Anne Hegarty, stepping in as the chaser for the episode, seemed unusually stone-faced, giving only a small nod when answering correctly. Even Bradley's attempts at usual banter fell flat, with one joke about Martin's slowness in the cash builder met by an awkward chuckle from the contestant. "I've never seen the chase this dead," a viewer posted, attaching a gif of a tumbleweed rolling across a desert. It was during Sarah's cash builder that the energy dipped further. She froze on a question about a pop singer, shaking her head, unable to guess, and Bradley's encouraging, "Don't worry, love," wasn't enough to break the tension. The camera even caught Anne glancing at the clock, a rare moment of impatience from the governess herself. Viewers felt the silence through their screens, erupting on social media. "Is there a live audience today, or is it just the sound of me screaming at my telly? This episode is draining the life out of me. Bring back the chaos." It was during the head-to-head that Martin's nerves led to him answering blue when the correct answer was red, prompting Bradley to drop his head into his hands dramatically, muttering, "Oh dear," while Anne raised her eyebrow, her lips pressed tightly. Minutes turned into a slow crawl, And as each contestant left with only a small amount of money, viewers felt robbed of the adrenaline rush they usually get from a high-stakes chase. By the final chase, only £5,000 was at stake, and the team managed a mere 13 steps, leading Anne to catch them with nearly 30 seconds to spare. "Worst episode ever," one viewer declared as the credits rolled. Bradley signed off with his usual warm smile, but even he seemed to sense the energy in the air as he said, "Well, that's how it goes sometimes." But for many viewers, it wasn't just one of those days. It was a moment when the chase reminded them that even their favorite quiz show could stumble, leaving a quiet uproar across living rooms nationwide and a collective hope that tomorrow's episode would bring back the spark they loved.